Hello, Karen here, Soul Symbols, Astrology and Tarot. Got a bit of a message here. I shall be doing a astrology forecast next Monday. They will start regularly next Monday, but you're going to get an additional tarot reading this week. Okay, so I was meditating basically on the Venus and Uranus conjunction that's occurring throughout this week and will be exact on the 4th of July, Independence Day. Very apt for Uranus. Um, so the message, I saw winds. It was a southern wind blowing the trees towards the north, and the message was open, apply, and move. Okay, so there's a real sense with this summer south wind. You know, it's moist and it's pretty apt for now. It's been very hot in the UK, too hot for me. So this south wind, it's about warmth and comfort, a bit of sweatiness. Okay, new beginnings and growth, and then that sensuality and earthly pleasure, very Venusian, and freedom and liberation, which is very Uranian in a sense. It's about breakthroughs, breaking free, independence, freedom, yeah, Uranus, and then that beauty and lushness and pleasure and sexuality and luxury of Venus, love, relationships, harmony, all that. But it's also about the south wind's also about the passage of time and change. Okay, so this is a time, it may be with Uranus, sudden unexpected change that throws us kind of off balance, but it's about the healing and cleansing, emotional healing, and bringing that balance back in. Venus on the following day will move into Gemini, followed by Uranus on about the 7th into Gemini. So it's a whole collective flavour. It's a huge transit. It's an outer planet transiting to 7 year. Venus and Uranus have been meeting every year in Taurus for the past 7 years, and now they will meet in Gemini for 7 years. Yeah, I'll do a forecast on that next week. So yeah, it's about exuberance and enthusiasm, fertility, abundance, spiritual guidance and messages. That's the south wind. So what I'm going to do, I am going to throw some alchemical cards, and we're going to need alchemy, people. You know, it's unexpected and sudden change, but that can be good. You know, we don't know what it is. We're going to divine what alchemical changes that we need, what we need to keep in mind. Okay, so I'll take that one. And that one's off in it, so okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we've got separation. I'm just moving something on my screen. And we have Uranus. I mean, it couldn't be more. You can see, actually, you can really see with Uranus, that lightning. It is electric. It is kind of, it's a lightning strike, Uranus. That's why it's sudden and a sudden change. Separation. I'm going to look at this. No, separation. Sorry, my screen's mirrored. Yeah, the separation. Okay. In alchemy, this is about separating elements. Okay, so that lightning strike of Uranus may separate elements. In alchemy, it's the separation before the conjunctio, so before the actual alchemical. The elements are split off. So what you may find, particularly over this coming week, is there is a sudden change, a kind of lightning strike, not in a bad way, but it makes very clear two separate things, two separate elements of your relationships, of your soul and the world, of, yeah, kind of just complete separation, separating something else, kind of like separating the egg from the yolk from the white. So you can see the two elements that make up the whole thing. Okay, so this is a really good card to have at this point, because what it is saying is, the one is going to become two, and from two we get a three, which is creativity. So the whole thing, if you get knocked with something, if you're knocked in terms of relationship, money, Venus has a lot to do with money, so that kind of a bang, it's going to be noticed. Okay, it's nothing to fear. It's to create an opportunity for you to see something with absolute clarity, like the egg, the yolk and the white. So think the things that are whole, the things that maybe have been in the mix, the last month, and then long term over the last 7 years. What things, what earthy things, what sense of sexuality, sensuality, pleasure, luxury, beauty, harmony, relationship, all those things in your life, you know, what is separating? Spirit is saying, watch for the separation and don't be dragged down with it. Okay, you don't need to be dragged down with it, and you don't need to fear it. It might jolt you a bit, but don't knee jerk react to it. Step back and hold it, contemplate it, and ask spirit what. Maybe that a relationship has slowly but surely been breaking down, and this will be the split, and it will be a new start for the two things, and you'll come together with something else, whether it's another partner or it's work or it's a passion, but there's a reason for it. Spirit is really wanting you to know that that strike, that separation, that cutting in two is going to kind of come like a knife. Yeah. But it is ultimately for freedom, for liberation, for a sense of moving out on your, moving out, feeling individuated, feeling strong and empowered as one person in yourself, you know not always bad, difficult sometimes, but not always bad. So, yeah, look for that. And it can be in any area of life, but it's going to particularly be around money, relationships, sexuality, pleasure. It may be that you're not getting enough pleasure. There isn't enough sensuality. So something will kind of break to bring you into those desires. Maybe you will get a lightning strike and suddenly realize you don't like this thing anymore. What you desire is that. Um, so look for that. Look for those splits. Okay. So I'm going to pull some tarot here. So open your heart to whatever message comes. Okay, that was the other message. So open your heart to the lightning strike. Open your heart to whatever is separated out into two things. Open. Don't just say, "Oh, that's nice," and forget it. Apply it, because it's open, apply, and move. That was a really bold, strong message. Okay, to make way for this south wind of fertility, comfort, warmth. So apply it to your life. Take action, apply it to your life, and move on it. Move on it. It's a really important message. I feel we're about to go through a real collective shift, um, a massive shift, and I think this is preparation. Just Uranus moving into Gemini is a massive shift. As I say, I'll read next week. Okay, let's have it. Oh, we're going to have a look at this separation. Okay, we've got quite a lot. Yeah, see, first card out, the Tower. There's that lightning strike again. Okay, it's Uranus. It's going to bring a sudden and unexpected change, and that doesn't have to be bad. Okay, I always see the Tower as almost like the bulldozer clearing the ground of an old building so something new can happen. So for our separation, we got the Tower. We have the Five of Swords, and again, if you look at that middle line, it's separating the worm. But the thing with the worm, okay, the thing with the worm is it doesn't get killed when it gets separated. Okay, don't know how painful it is, but that separation. This Five of Wands, it can be deception. So it may be that the lightning strike is learning, that sudden change is learning that something or someone within your life is deceptive. And it can be our own kind of self-deception. We deceive ourselves regularly. Uh, I do. So yeah, it's going to be cut away. Okay. Oh, here we have it again. Look. Okay, so the Eight of Wands. There's our lightning strike again. I mean, it can't get clearer. Okay. This separation is almost like practice. Okay. Are we aware? Are we alert? Are we conscious? Are we connected with spirit? Are we connected and embodied? Are we connected with our bodies? Are we connected relationally, with those we love, with our neighborhood, with the community? Are we connected to what's going on the world stage? Do we understand the lightning strikes going there and the kind of, um, these divisions we've been seeing very, very massively over the last 7 years, this kind of separating out. And this shift, this, it can be a split of timelines, it can be this new earth um, philosophy that people were talking about, this new timeline. But I feel spirit is saying this is a practice run and we need to be aware and we need to watch for that. So look for it in your own life first and foremost. Look where you're disconnected with your soul spirit, where you're disconnected with your environment in relationships. Just hold those things, contemplate them. You don't have to do anything, you just need to be aware. I think there's, we're seeing a huge collective shadow coming up. I don't even like saying the name, the Wetiko. It's so clear, um, this shadow and light. And there is nothing wrong with the shadow. It's something that we collectively project. We've got to learn to deal. We can only deal with ourselves. So deal with that shadow within self. Son of Cups. Oh, so this is our Page of Cups. Hang on. I believe that's a Page of Cups. I'm just going to check. Can you see that? That's it. That's better. That beautiful. No, it's the Knight of Cups. Okay. So this is, that's that energy of being artistic, that, I'll keep it still so you can have a look at it. I mean, you've only got to see a swan on the river and the art, the artistic way they interact with one another, their courtship dance. So yeah, it's that sense, and it's about this, it's about introspection. It's about looking and introspecting. Okay. So that's our separation. I'm going to hold the cards up. They're pretty stark. This is this is the lightning strike. Okay, it's the lightning strike of Uranus. It's that sudden change, the splitting, the separation of and then the kind of inspiration and to be artistic. To have that artistic bent, you need to be in the zone. So spiritually, we need to be in the zone. Mentally, we need to be in the zone. We need to be looking at this. We need to be examining where we're at. Okay, so I'm going to have that kind of is Uranus. It's just showing the connection of this separation and Uranus, okay? But remember, Uranus brings that beautiful, beautiful energy of independence, freedom. Because in order for us to relate in a good way, we've got to be really sure of ourselves, or we can lose ourselves in other people or projects or work. We can lose our sense of boundaries. We can lose ourselves, full stop, in whatever way that's done. Okay, so now I'm going to call for Uranus. Spirit, what have we got for Uranus? Was beautiful. Beauty, beauty. Oh, and there's love. Oh, okay. This is the bottom energy, which is kind of the energy for the read, is the lovers. So we know in the Rider Waite, that's the two, the couple, the masculine, the feminine, standing below the angel. It's about conjoining. It's about conjunctio. It's the temperance card. The magic of fire and water, of the elements coming together. It's pure alchemy. So the lovers. This is about this. Yeah, I'm feeling another sense of message coming. This sense of, let me hold it like that. See if I. Sorry, the light's so funny in this place. So it's that sense of, they're separate now. But the masculine and the feminine, I mean, you can see the lovers as two people, but that masculine and feminine, it is the active principle, masculine, and it is the receptive principle. So we've got that open, okay, open, that is the feminine principle of the lovers, okay, and we got the move, which is the apply and move, which is more the young masculine energy. So it's apply what you open to, what you receive, apply it to your life, apply it to you, apply it to wherever it needs applying, then take action. Yeah, actually move the masculine. And that is, the alchemical marriage is the temperance, the conjunctio. That is, where you're going to get your opus magnum, is it opus magnum, the philosopher's stone. It's the last point. The separation is at the very end of the alchemical process. So I think this is what Uranus is doing. Okay, so that's our bottom energy. Let me have a look at. Yeah, we've got quite a lot of cards here. Just give me a moment. Yeah, I'm seeing lightning strikes here again, but that's in the kind of outcome. Okay, so to begin with, we've got our Eight of Swords. Okay, and again, the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords. I mean, if you look at the cards, you've got that caterpillar. What this is reminding me of is that sense of, cocoon, of gestating, of, before the butterfly is about to come out there. But the Eight of Swords as well can be that, it's that, I think it come up in the last reading I've done. It's that trappedness, that self-trappedness, and say it's that staying in a cocoon. So, it's free will what we do with what we open to, what we receive, the messages we get. But if we stay in our comfort zones, if we continue on, in the way we were. What is it that Einstein says? The definition of madness is repeating the same action and expecting a different result. We are really at a crucial stage, humanity is, where we're at. What we're doing to the environment, what we're doing to ourselves, the way we're being hooked on social media. I know I'm on social media, but I'm trying to give a message that is helpful. So it's that sense of, what are we trapped with? The swords are mind, it's air, and the south wind is air. It's an air element, and that is talking about having fertility and abundance. You know, and if that butterfly doesn't hatch, it dies. You know, to stay still is kind of to die, unless spirit is telling you to stay still. But if you permanently stay still, stay trapped. I'm talking about being encapsulated in shadow where you can't get out. But yeah, this is that sense of, be brave, be courageous, take your sword, cut, just cut through whatever you need to cut through. You got that energy of Uranus. You've got this beautiful, I mean, look at it. Cut through. This is what spirit wants for you. Okay. This is exactly what spirit wants for you, to open to that energy, to use that energy, to take action, to apply it, not remain caught up. Then we have our Nine of Wands. Okay. So, wands, inspiration, passion, energy, again, fire energy. We're talking movement. We're talking, not staying in the same place. There's a sense here. There it is. There's a sense here of moving towards that beautiful, beautiful, um, moon energy. It's change. It's the changing face of the moon we're seeing here at the top of the staircase. So what is it? Uranus is going to bring that change. What is it you need to do? What is it you need to change? Those messages will come. That will come. The south wind brings spiritual guidance and messages. That is going to come. But we're talking change here. But we're also talking about, spirit saying, I know that you've worked hard, that you've had stamina, um, you know, but I want you to have more confidence in walking into that change. That is what I see there. So whatever change is brought, spirit wants you to have that confidence to really, have a look at what you've done, particularly over the last 7 years. Where have you come from? What have you achieved? How have you changed? If you lack confidence to change, look at those things, because ultimately you will get the change. This again is very uranium, okay, but it can be it's that five of wands. That's where they're kind of all competing, isn't it? All chopping their swords together. So there can be a sense of scatteredness, lack of focus there, a sense of lostness. But again, it's fire energy. So have a look where there's conflict. Have a look where you feel lost or you feel scattered. There may be messages coming about that. And then take heart for that change. Don't remain caught up. Don't remain suspended in the air, cocooned against any of it. Take that action. Have that confidence and courage to move up the stairs towards change. So we have the Father of Wands. Okay, so this is our King of Wands. Okay, so again, it's the top trump, isn't it? That's the end result of taking this action, of opening to the messages, applying the messages, and moving with the messages. Here you have it. Okay. Father of Wands. It's that beautiful, passionate inspiration. It's vision. It's charismatic and creative. It's the king on his throne with his. It's Merlin, isn't it? It's that elder, beautiful elder energy of masculine action, passion, creativity, and building something. We are moving into an era where we will need to build anew collectively. So there's a sense there may be someone out there that you're really being called into what you're put here to do. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore the call. Don't be afraid. Be fearless. Well, you can't be fearless, but be courageous, because, you know, spirit is with you. You've been prepared for this, particularly over the last 7 years. This change that needs to take place now is leading us into massive change. There is massive astrological things going on in 2026. We've got massive conjunctions, not conjunctions, aspects in the sky of all the outer planets. There is generational change coming. I've got no doubt about it. It's just massive change. Okay. And as we're talking about the world, you know, this is the world. This is Saturn. Okay, lovely Saturn, who is the dweller on the threshold. He is the outer planet. He was the last planet before all the others were discovered. Okay, and by the way, Uranus was discovered during the French and American Revolution. So that's why he's revolution. But Saturn is not just there's an incredibly spiritual side to Saturn. Everyone thinks Saturn, the Grim Reaper, serious, studious, yeah, limiting, yeah. It's discipline. It's those boundaries that hold us to account. Okay, so yeah, the world. It's the material, but it's also Saturn has got this side to it that this world card has also, about contemplating. I said at the beginning, are we contemplating what's going on in the world? Are we just so focused in on what we're doing that we don't see, we don't pray for, we don't hold energy for what is going on, or we become, we get separated. This might be another message in terms of the world. Or have we been separated into left and right and arguing the left side or the right side? That can be political, or it could be arguing the right and the wrong. This is not what Saturn calls for. Saturn calls for an acknowledgement. The time is short. that we come here, it's a few breaths of time, okay, but we are moving with our ancestral. We're doing ancestral work here. We're doing soul contract work here. We we're being separated out for those who will move on with the work and those who won't. I don't know if any of you have heard of Baba Yanga, I think her name was, the blind prophet. She spoke of a time which is fascinating in 2025 where, millions are going to disappear. Does she mean in terms of spiritually, physically? We don't know. Would that be a right thing? We don't know. But we do know there's massive change on the horizon in 2026. We do know that the Schumann resonance is going completely out of whack. So there's massive earth changes. Uranus in Taurus is earth. So there's massive changes going on. The sun is just going crazy at the moment with the sunspots and all that energetic of solar flares. There is so much. There is wars. I mean, it sounds really grim, but, this is a separation and we're meant to wake up. We're meant to wake up. I'm sure all of you watching this are woken up. And therefore, this is an encouragement. But it's an encouragement and, to apply. If you're not applying what you're learning, if you're constantly scrolling and looking at things, and, I'm as guilty as the rest of this type of stuff. But if you are not applying to your life the lessons you're learning, even if you're not scrolling and you're kind of, really into your spiritual growth, if you're not applying, if you're not opening to the synchronicities, to the messages that are coming, if you are getting lost in a sea of competition about who's more spiritual, the various tenets of spirituality, if you're locked away and you're not taking action, you're not applying, you're not moving, you're not being a force for change in the world, then we're not embodied. We have to embody whatever we learn with our heads, whatever we see it, through our third eye or at soul level, apply it. It sounds very kind of dictatorial, but I think that's the energy of Saturn coming through. So be disciplined, put your limits in, not to restrict you, because Uranus is, Uranus is the freedom, the liberation, the rebellion, the all that sort of stuff. So, but Saturn is saying you need that discipline, you need that spiritual discipline, you need that daily discipline. That what's it? Chop wood, carry water kind of discipline. And when you're embodied and you're in the world, actually you see and hear so much, when you're tucked away. I was a hermit for a lot of years in terms of, I mean, it was my time to do that, to be quiet, to be alone. But if I ignored the push to go out, and it's hard, if you're more introverted and you enjoy your own company, it's really hard to get out in the world. It's really hard to open your eyes and feel the world. There's a real sense of us needing to feel the world at this moment, not just look at it and go, oh, and look at the different points of view and move on, scroll past horror. Is the only way I can put it. But you know what I'm saying. If we pass the person on the street who is hungry, who is, has an accident, if we walk by because we've got to go pay a bill or get our shopping, then yeah, it doesn't matter what we believe, what we profess to do, then um, we're not living that life. We're not embodying those things. So apply it and move with it. Take action. Yeah. So I think that is a kind of difficult but beautiful message. I really want to pull the closing message. Okay, so our challenge is to open, really open, receive, and like the lovers, you know, receive it. See where you're, maybe make a decision not to be one-sided. Make a decision to embrace both your receptive and your active principles, make a inner marriage, an alchemical marriage, okay? Because that's the only way you're going to birth creativity. I don't know where that come from. So I'm going to pull us one last card. Spirit, give us something that will hold this together, that will help us, that will encourage us over this next week. So, okay, okay. Yeah, the bottom energy. Yeah, the bottom energy is moving out of stagnation. Okay, that's on the bottom of the deck. So I think that's been going on the whole time. Then we got Fortune's Wheel of Fortune. You know, it's Jupiter. It's that sense of I spoke about. Did we have it in last week's read? But it's that sense of right timing, luck, and right timing. Okay, it can be good luck, can be bad luck, but it's being open, open. Spirit would tell you when to move. I mean, when I say apply and move, it might not be this week, but have that mindset, that heart, that kind of agreement between yourself and spirit to apply and move when you're told to. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune, Fortune's Wheel. I think they are good things. Although what I've been saying about Uranus and Venus sounds kind of a lightning strike, separation, dividing. It is for the highest good of you and the highest good of everyone around you. And wherever you're taken, yeah, it's luck. And the right timing will come, and you'll know that timing, and you'll move out in that timing, and you'll achieve amazing things. You'll be in alignment with the below of this world, the material of this world, and you'll be in alignment with the above of this world, with our cosmos, with the movement of the stars that affects and gives us signs and messages for us to signs and omens for us to move with. And you'll be in alignment with the divine, with your soul spirit. Yeah. There's a big divide. I think everyone's feeling it one way and another, spiritual or not spiritual people are feeling this sense of something coming. So align. If you align with the divine, you align with your soul, you align to love, truth, beauty, you align to doing the work, to seeing where you need to deal with shadow and alchemize that shadow. If you align to those things, you align to good luck, you align to the fortune, you align to what you're here for. All right, I'll stop or I'll go on and on. All right, I really hope that helped. Pop a message in the box below if it did. Let me know. I like to know that they're helpful or not helpful. Okay, lots of love to you all.